Howdy, y'all. It's grade 6 math, lesson 1-7, page 35, numbers 5 to 25, the odds. Before we get started, you need to understand that there's three types of patterns or sequences that are going to be discussed in this lesson. One is arithmetic patterns, and those are patterns where you're adding the same number over and over again. Arithmetic pattern. But if they're multiplying by the same number over and over again, then we're talking about something called a geometric pattern. Finally, if the pattern doesn't really fit with arithmetic or geometric, then we call or say that it's following neither of the patterns, neither. So let's take a look at some of these patterns and see if we can see what's going on. Let's start with this one right here. Look carefully. Is it an adding pattern? Is it a multiplying pattern? I think what's going on here is they're multiplying by 2 each time. Don't you agree? Yeah, I do. So in the world of math, we call this a geometric pattern. Geometric patterns are multiplying patterns where you're multiplying by the same number over and over again. Times 2, times 2, times 2. What would be the next numbers in this pattern? Well, it would be this times 2, and then this times 2, and then this times 2, and so on. Let's go to this one right here, 7, 11, 15, and 19. Do you see the pattern? If you said adding 4, I would agree with you. Over and over again, we're adding 4 here. So this is arithmetic pattern. Arithmetic patterns are adding patterns where you add the same number over and over again. And what would be the next numbers in this pattern? How about 23, then 27, then 31? Let's look at this next one. 5, 14, 23, and 32. What's happening here? Oh, aren't they adding 9 each time? I think so. And if it's adding 9, that's an arithmetic pattern. And if it's adding 9, the next number in the pattern would be 41, and then 50, and then 59. Kind of went off the board a little bit. Okay, let's look at this one right here. What's going on here? Kind of hard to see, but there is definitely a pattern here. Notice 7 and 43. Does that ring a bell in your math facts? Maybe it's a 6. Maybe we're multiplying by 6 here. Because it doesn't seem like it's an adding pattern. Let's try 6. What's this times 6? Well, I'm getting 1.2. Hey, that works. What about the next number times 6? I get 7.2. Hey, it works. What about the next number times 6? Hey, it works. Must be the pattern. It's multiplying by 6, which makes this a geometric sequence. And how do I find the next one in the pattern? By multiplying by 6. I get 259.2. And the next number after that, multiply by 6 again. 55, 35. Ooh, pretty big number. 1,555.2. But you might be off the screen there a little bit. Okay, so geometric. Let's try some more problems right here. This one, what's going on there? If you said multiplying by 3, I would agree with you. This is a geometric sequence. We're multiplying by 3, times 3, times 3, times 3. So the next number in the pattern, if you multiply by 3, would be what? 324. The next number in the pattern after that, we'd have to multiply by 3 again. We get 12, 7, I get 972, and so on. So I'm done with that one. I think I'm going to erase some of this stuff and get it out of the way. Let's look at the next one right here. 1, 2, 4, 7, 11. It's not a multiplying pattern. it is an adding pattern, but it's rather strange. They added 1 here, then they added 2 here, then they added 3, and then they added 4. Guess what? This is our first pattern that's not arithmetic and not geometric. This is a neither pattern. I'm going to put N for neither because it is an adding pattern, but we're not adding the same exact number each time. We're adding a number that's a little bit bigger, 1 bigger than the previous number. So you added 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, which means the next number in this pattern would be adding 5, then adding 6, and then adding 7. That would be the next 3 numbers. Oops, can't see that. That would be the next 3 numbers in the pattern. Adding 5, adding 6, and adding 7. Let's go to this one right here. What's going on there? Is it adding or multiplying or neither? Arithmetic, geometric, or neither pattern? I think I got it. They added 1 here, and then they added 1 here, and then they added 1 here. It's just adding 1 over and over again. And an adding of 1 means an arithmetic pattern, and the next numbers in the pattern would be 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. Let's go to the next one. It starts with the same number, but it's not arithmetic. Look here. And look here. Do you notice that this could be multiplying by 2 to get from here to here, and this could be multiplying by 2 to get to here? And guess what? This times 2 is this number. So this is a geometric pattern because we're multiplying by 2. And the next numbers in the pattern would have to be 8, 16, and 32 because we're multiplying by 2's each time. Let's come over here and look at some more. What about this one? I think we've already seen this one. This is multiplying by 2. It's geometric, right? Multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So we'd have to be what? 48, then 96, then 192, I think. How about this one? This one's interesting. This is multiplying by 4, isn't it? And right here, that's multiplying by 3. And this one is multiplying by 2. Do you notice how they're not multiplying by the same number each time? This is a neither pattern because it doesn't follow the pattern of arithmetic or geometric. When you do an arithmetic or a geometric pattern, you're always either adding or multiplying by the exact same number, and we're not doing that here. Well, multiply by 2, 3, 4, so the next number would be times 5, and then times 6, and then times 7. Oh, that'd be 50, 40, I think. So, okay, let's go to this one. This one's a little easier. It's adding 3 each time. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 3 is 11. So that makes this arithmetic, and the next numbers would be 14, 17, and 20. Let's go to this one right here. It's not arithmetic. What if I got rid of the decimal points? Would it be easier to see? 3, 15, 75, 375. Do you see how it's multiplying by 5? It doesn't change when I put the decimal points back in. It's still multiplying by 5. And because it's multiplying by 5, that makes it geometric in its pattern. What's 37.5 times 5? I get 187.5. So the next number in the pattern is 187.5. And we're going to move on. I'm not going to show the next two. We're going to move on. Notice this one is weird. You could either say that it's adding of 0 each time, or you could say it's multiplying by 1 each time. So this could be arithmetic, and it could be geometric, depending upon how you think about it. I'm going to call it arithmetic for adding of 0, and the next numbers in the pattern would be 7, 7, and 7, because it's just the way it's working. How about this next one? 3, 7, 11, and 15. Well, that's just adding 4 each time, right? Do you see it? So that's arithmetic. and the next numbers would be 19, 23, and 27. How about this one? You see the pattern there? I think it's adding 11 each time. Plus 11, plus 11, plus 11. So adding 11 means arithmetic, and the next numbers in the pattern would be 55, 66, and 77. Two more to do, two more to look at. How about this one right here? It's not easy to see this pattern right here, but look at this two, and then look at these two, and maybe they'll jump out at you. Do you notice how these are similar and how they're getting the next number in multiplying by 4? And that's what's happening here as well. This is a multiplication of 4. So sometimes you have to look at the later numbers first to see the pattern. So that makes this geometric. And 32 times 4 is 128. And 128 times 4, I don't know what that is. So let's work it out. 3, 11. Next number in the pattern is 512. And then times 4 would be 20. 48 for the last number in the pattern. There. Okay, how about this last one? What if I got rid of the decimal point? Is it easier to see? If I don't have the decimal point, it's an adding of 2. What if I do have the decimal point? Then it's an adding of 0.2 each time, isn't it? Yep. 1.9 plus 0.2 is 2.1, and 2.1 plus 0.2 is 2.3. So this is arithmetic, and it's arithmetic because we're adding 0.2. So the next numbers would be 2.5, 2.7, and 2.9. Hopefully this makes sense to you. If you are stuck, ask me some questions.